Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to a place deeper than sleep. We're talking about dreams, not the kind you scroll past on psychology blogs, but how ancient civilizations understood them. To them, dreams weren't random, they weren't meaningless, they were sacred, and once you see what they believed, you might never look at your own dreams the same way again. When you fall asleep, where do you go? You may say nowhere, or maybe just into your head, but the ancients would say, you journey somewhere, somewhere real. Long before neuroscience tried to explain dreams as chemical static, ancient civilizations believed something entirely different, that dreams were not illusions, but messages, symbols, warnings, truths the waking world wasn't ready to tell you. In ancient Egypt, dreams were sacred. They were seen as the language of the gods. The Egyptians believed divine beings spoke in symbols, and dreams were the purest form of communication. Pharaohs had their dreams recorded. Entire scrolls known as dream books explained symbols and omens. A lion in a dream meant power, floodwaters. Could signal change? Snakes meant transformation or danger. They even had dream temples, not for prayer, not for ceremony, for sleep, sacred sleep, the purpose. To receive a divine vision. This practice was called dream incubation. In ancient Greece, dreams were equally serious. Temples of Asclepius, the god of healing, weren't places for herbs or surgery. People would lie down in silence and dream. They believed Asclepius would visit them in their dreams and reveal the cure. Sometimes as a man, sometimes as a serpent, sometimes in pure vision. That was healing. That was real. Even great philosophers like Plato and Aristotle studied dreams not as fantasy but as reflections of the soul, a second mirror revealing what waking life often hides. Then comes ancient India, where dreams weren't just visions, they were levels of existence. According to the Upanishads, there are 4 states of being: waking, dreaming, deep sleep, and Turiya, the 4th state, pure consciousness. The dream state, Swapna, was a realm the soul traveled through freely, unbound by logic, time, or gravity. Some believed it was here that your true self could be seen. Not the face you wear in the world, but your inner being. And in tribal cultures, indigenous knowledge dreams were sacred stories. Among the Aboriginal people of Australia, dream time was the foundation of existence, a timeless world where the ancestors created all life. When you dreamed, you didn't imagine, you remembered your origins, your connection to land, to spirit, to all things. Among Native American tribes, a dream could be a vision quest, a rite of passage. You'd fast, you'd isolate, you'd wait for the dream to find you, and when it did, it told you who you were. One idea, many cultures, but all saying the same thing. Dreams are not noise, dreams are not fiction, dreams are truth, wrapped in symbol. So, what happened to us? We now treat dreams like background static psychology terms, but the ancients, they treated dreams like doors. Maybe they were right. Maybe your dreams are trying to speak even now, but in a language we no longer recognize. So tonight, when your eyes close, remember, you're not just resting, you're crossing into something older than memory, and maybe someone is waiting for you there. If this resonated with you, I invite you to reflect on your next dream a little differently. And if you're curious about more lost wisdom from ancient cultures, subscribe. We're just getting started. In next few days, we're exploring how ancient symbols were used like spells and how we still carry them with us today. Thanks for being here. Sleep deeply and dream wisely. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe and share so other people know about history too.